Hello everyone, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and we're trying this again. We had an issue the last time I tried the live a few minutes ago, so I'm going to run through this again and hope that that repairs the problem. We had an audio issue. So I don't know, these lives do tend to cause some technical problems for me at least. Now, what I want to do today is talk about brainstorming. And brainstorming can be used for groups, but it can also be used for individuals. But before I get into that, I just wanted to say I hope everyone is coping okay with the COVID-19 situation wherever you are in the world. And to remind you that learning can be very helpful for your mental stability. It can also help you obviously get into the next grade or the next level, get into a new job, etc. But it can also be good just for your personal self. Learning can help you to stay calm. It engages your mind on other things. And when you feel that you've accomplished something, that can really help you feel much better. So never underestimate the value of reading and learning and improving yourself at any time. So let's start by talking a little bit about brainstorming. There's a brain. It's not my brain, I promise, and in a bit of a storm. But brainstorming is a good thing. So again, it's Ron Johnson from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and brainstorming was first thought of by Alex Osborne. At least he's the one credited with it, and he was an advertising executive. And at first, he called it Think Up, and then it became known as brainstorming around 1941. And the idea originally was for business meetings. And he wanted to find a way of getting everyone involved. So it was a group effort, and you were soliciting each member's ideas because if you're meeting in a group, whether it's for business or school, uh, there's always one or two or three people who sort of take the floor, and it's not necessarily bad, but they tend to take over a little bit. And you don't hear from a lot of the members. There's a lot of quieter members, and you never get to hear their ideas. So Think Up or brainstorming was a way of getting those members to talk and getting them to provide some of the ideas or thoughts that they had. And this allows you to get a lot of ideas that you otherwise wouldn't have got. So the current use is almost everywhere. It's still used in business a lot, and it's still used with groups, but it can also be used as an individual. You can use brainstorming yourself. I use it myself. I also teach it to almost all of my students. So the rules for brainstorming, I've actually put here anti-rules because in a sense, there are no rules. You want no criticism of ideas. You want to generate as many ideas as possible. So if you start criticizing them, that will slow down the idea generation. And that works whether you're in a group or whether you're just doing it yourself. If you start criticizing your own thoughts and your own ideas, you will reject them before you ever write them down. There are many thoughts and ideas that won't even pop into your mind because you've already slammed those doors shut. So you don't want to do that. In a group, it might be even worse because obviously if somebody is criticizing or diminishing someone's ideas, that person isn't going to offer anymore. They're going to back off. They're going to become quiet again. That's the total opposite of what you want with brainstorming. Connect additional ideas on each thought. You can do that during brainstorming. You don't need to do that, but you can that can motivate you to come up with new idea or more ideas, and encourage all ideas no matter how wild or crazy they seem to be. The point is to keep coming up with thoughts and ideas and jotting them down. There's another concept called free flow writing, which is closely related to brainstorming. They're almost the same. I do see a bit of a difference between them, and I've made a video or two on free flow writing as well, and others on brainstorming too. If you look through the YouTube channel, you'll find them. You'll find one similar to this, but this is alive. So, also, I should mention, I can't see the comments while I'm doing this. So if you are putting comments, I'll check those later and answer them at a later time. So you want to keep writing. You don't want to be judging or criticizing at this time. You want to keep those ideas flowing through you. The goals of brainstorming are to find solutions, to explore all avenues, to seek new and innovative ideas, and to encourage participation, as I mentioned before. Well, as an individual, these top three still apply. You may be finding a solution to a writing project. You want to explore all avenues because you might have missed something. You want to seek new and innovative ideas or thoughts or approaches to whatever you're doing. And of course, this works very well in groups. So getting everyone involved or getting all of your thoughts involved at the very beginning can help you to come up with a path to move forward. So brainstorming, individual brainstorming for writing, it's something that I use all the time for myself and also, as I said, for my students, whether I'm teaching them in person behind me here at the big table or online. Everyone's online now, but I teach a lot of online students even when I do have my in-person clients. And it's very useful for writing because you can come up with ideas to start. A lot of people sit down, look at a blank page or a blank computer screen, and they say, I didn't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I don't know what to write down. And I've been tutoring since 1996. I can't tell you how often I've heard that. I just didn't know how to start. Well, start with brainstorming because there's no criticism. You just start writing ideas down. You let them flow. You don't worry about grammar. You don't worry about punctuation. You don't worry about sentence structure. None of that is a concern at this point. You're just getting your ideas down on paper or down on the computer screen or whatever device you're using. And that's how to get started. 3 to 5 minutes is all you want. You want brainstorming to be very brief. You want the writing to flow, the ideas to flow. So you don't want to spend a lot of time. Remember, you're not criticizing or judging at this point. You jot down all ideas. You reject nothing yet. Don't overthink. As soon as you start overthinking before you put your idea down, you've just stopped that flow. You've just put a barrier up. And that one will probably put up other barriers. So you don't want to do that. You just want to get the ideas down on paper. You just want to keep those thoughts and ideas flowing. Move quickly, set that pencil, quill, keyboard, etc. on fire. I might have overstated that a little bit here. I don't want you to write like a mad person, but you want to keep going. You want to keep writing or typing as much as you possibly can without stopping. As soon as you stop, generally, most of us start criticizing or start overthinking. So that's the idea. The idea is not to do it furiously, but to do it constantly and keep it going. Remember, maybe the thoughts or ideas are a little kooky, a little nutty. It doesn't matter. Write them down anyway, because they can lead you potentially to some other more valuable ideas and thoughts. And by jotting them down, it keeps that flow going and it doesn't slow you down or stop you from performing. In groups, everyone is encouraged to participate. So if you're working in a group situation, you want everyone to take part. There's no judgments, so that helps everyone become involved. It's quick and spontaneous. You just want it to move along. And that's why you don't worry, because if something sort of odd comes out or strange, it doesn't matter at this point. And it won't even matter that much later because we can always just blame it on, well, we only had a few minutes. So that's just what popped in my head, right? So there's no real judgments. Have someone be the recorder if you're in a group and get the recording verbatim if possible. And you might have a facilitator to keep things moving because when there's a number of people involved, remember, you don't want one or two people to take over. You have to keep that idea of everyone participating in mind and keep it flowing. Brainstorming can be used in ESL or EFL groups or individually, because you could sit down and come up with simple word lists. For example, list items that would be in a kitchen, or list items that would be in a garage, or list items that would be in a living room. You can go through your house, you can go through your workplace, you can go through shops, things like that. And that can build vocabulary, and you can come up with as many words as you possibly can think of. Pictures, you can have a photograph or a picture and brainstorm about what is happening in the picture. So, or what items are in the photograph. So that would be vocabulary building. If you're explaining what's happening in the picture, that could be also vocabulary, but it could also be sentence structure. You're not worried in the brainstorming part of it, but later you can take those brainstorming thoughts and work on building vocabulary and building sentence structure and whatnot. Pre-reading, prediction, grammar, you can brainstorm the reasons or types of punctuation or sentence structures to be used. Or vocabulary, you can use brainstorming to explore word meanings or usages. And again, you don't worry too much about whether it's right or wrong at the moment of brainstorming, but later you'll look back through your thoughts and that was my last slide, except for my contact information there. You'll look through your thoughts and see which ones work. That is the same for your individual writing. A lot of students watching the video are probably watching for their individual writing, whether they have to write an essay, a standalone paragraph, a book report, a speech. When you're brainstorming for that kind of assignment, get your thoughts on paper or on your computer. And after the 3 to 5 minute brainstorming, then go back and now you can be a little bit more critical or judgmental. Maybe not too much at first, but a little bit. You want to reject the ideas that don't fit at all, and you want to choose the ones that are going to work for you. And they might be the points that would work for supporting paragraphs. And then you can sort of organize them. Okay, so these 3 points would belong in one paragraph. These couple might go in another paragraph. And slowly you work it out, and then you can maybe generate some topic sentences for each paragraph. This is if you're doing an essay. If you were doing a standalone paragraph, obviously you want to choose only the points that will fit into that one paragraph. So you might already have a topic sentence idea, or you might generate one from the best point that you came up with during brainstorming, and then look at all the other points and say, well, these ones belong with this. These could support that topic sentence. These ones don't so much. They might be good for something else, but this is a standalone paragraph, so I don't need those. And that's what you do. And that would work the same with a book report or speech or whatever you have to write or develop. You now can start to judge, and now you can also start to organize them a little bit more and then move forward. But this is all about brainstorming. So it's that short, get the ideas flowing that you want to focus on. So this is just my contact information. Of course, it's Ron Johnson from L.T.L Tutoring Central. I tutor English, math, and study skills. I tutor in person at the big table behind me normally. Right now, everyone's online because of COVID-19, of course, but I also tutor online even when I have my in-person clients, and primarily English online, but some math and study skills as well. There's my website, www.tutoringcentral.com, the email tutoringcentral@inbox.com. That's a good place if you have questions or comments or want to find out about my personalized lessons and courses that I do. There's also the photo prompt paragraph writing lessons, and they're fairly popular. Some people have enjoyed those and benefited. There's the new Common Lit literature writing lessons that I have just developed. So if you want to know more about those, obviously send me an email and I can send you the information, and also a personalized program as well. And that's my Twitter. I don't tweet a lot, but if you're interested in that, and I also have Facebook, which you can contact me through that also. So that's just a little bit about brainstorming. I'm just going to have a quick look and see. I don't see any comments here at the moment, so that's fine. That's a little bit about brainstorming and how you can use it in groups. Could be for a business meeting, could be for an English class, or any kind of class. It could be for anything, even in your personal life. You might brainstorm ideas for a party, for example. So brainstorming can be very useful. I use it a lot if I'm trying to come up with ideas for a blog or a video. Also, new courses, things of that nature. I might sit down, okay, let me come up with some ideas, because I'm not sure what I want to do next. But if I brainstorm, I can come up with some ideas that will help me. And of course, as I say, I use them a lot with my students to help them get started in writing, so that they're not just sitting blank. Writer's block. Many writers, famous writers, use brainstorming as well to break that writer's block, because sometimes, even if you're an excellent writer and you normally have lots of ideas, you just hit a wall and you don't know, where am I going to go? But if you just start, let's just start, sometimes that helps the ideas. They just start to flow automatically, and then you just go, go, go. All right, I hope you liked the video. If you do, click on like. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell, because then you will know when there's new videos coming up. This is a live stream, and I had some technical issues again with the live stream. I probably won't be doing a lot more live streams of this nature. I may be doing some Zoom ones where more people can get involved, but I will obviously be making more videos and more blogs, etc. So check that out. If you have a comment or suggestion, if you're watching on YouTube, you can put it below. Otherwise, you can email me. It's always great to hear from you. In the meantime, I wish you all the best, and stay strong. Keep learning. Remember, it will help you in this situation as well. And otherwise, I will be saying bye-bye for now.